The courtroom was colder than I expected. Not physically, no. The air was heavy, not frigid, but emotionally. It was the silence. That unnatural hush that creeps in when everyone's waiting for someone to bleed. My daughter wouldn't look at me. That was the part one didn't prepare for. Her eyes were fixed somewhere between her mother and the floor, as if looking at me might burn her. "He's been violent and dangerous," my ex-wife said with the same calm she used to ask me to pass the salt years ago. Her voice didn't shake. Her lie didn't tremble. The judge turned to me. "Do you have any questions for the witness?" I stood. Took a moment, adjusted the cuffs of my shirt like I was preparing for something ordinary. "Just one," I said, reaching into my jacket. I pulled out my daughter's phone. "Shall I play last Tuesday's conversation with your mother?" A pause. A sharp intake of breath from the gallery. Then click. Her voice crackled through the speaker. "Don't worry, baby. Just say he yelled, just enough to scare the judge. You want to stay with me, right? Then we need to make them believe he's dangerous." The court reporter gasped. My daughter's eyes snapped up, wide and glassy. And in that instant, I saw it, that flicker of fear. Not of me. Of truth. I remember when she was small, 4 years old, couldn't say the letter R to save her life. She used to say, "Daddy, you're my hero." That stayed with me in ways I didn't understand until it was too late. Her mother and I were pouring gasoline from the start, but we loved the spark until it started burning everything else. When she left, it was ugly. But I thought we could be civil for our daughter's sake. I was wrong. At first, it was subtle. Cancelled visitations, unreturned calls, a missed recital I was never told about. Then came the accusations: "He's unstable, he raised his voice, she's scared of him." I thought my ex was just bitter. But bitterness doesn't strategize. Bitterness doesn't coach children on what to say in court. The first clue was in a drawing. Crayon stick figures labeled in her handwriting. Mom, me, our house. No dad. Not even in the corner. She used to draw me holding her hand. That night, I opened her old iPad, the one she left behind after her weekend visit. I wasn't searching for answers. I just wanted to feel close. But then I found a recording, an audio message. 15 seconds. Her mother's voice. "Don't tell Daddy. It'll upset him. He doesn't need to know we went to the lawyer today." That's when the pain stopped. And the planning began. I played dumb. Let them think they were winning. I bought a second phone, set up a separate cloud, and synced it with my daughter's devices every time she came over. I took photos of her drawings, her messages, her moods, anything that changed. I hired a private investigator, one of the best, a woman who'd been through her own custody war and lost. She had the kind of vengeance that made her precise. We built a file, every coached word, every manipulation, every contradiction in my ex's testimony to the court therapist. And I never raised my voice, never retaliated. I gave them no ammunition. The phone, the one I held up in court, was the final piece. She left it at my house the Tuesday before trial. I don't know if it was an accident or divine intervention, but I found the recording app open with a half-hour clip. My ex had no idea she was being recorded while she manipulated our daughter into scripting her fear. The best part, the phone uploaded everything to the synced cloud. I didn't confront them right away. I waited. I wanted them under oath first. So when I said, "Shall I play last Tuesday's conversation with your mother?" I didn't ask to intimidate. I asked because I already knew how it ended. The judge raised an eyebrow. "You have the mother's voice recorded coaching the child?" "Yes, Your Honor," I said. "With timestamps. Verified chain of custody. If I may." He nodded. The recording played crystal clear, my ex's voice urging our daughter to lie. Calm, controlled, as if perjury were a bedtime story. By the time it ended, the room was silent again, but this time it wasn't waiting for blood. It had already seen it spilled. My ex-wife's face went pale. Her lawyer scrambled, whispering frantically. The judge didn't speak for a long time. Then, quietly, Mrs. Holden, we will be revisiting custody and considering charges of custodial interference and perjury. Court is adjourned. Outside, I sat on the courthouse steps. My daughter came out later. Her eyes were red. She stood in front of me, holding the phone I had given back. Her fingers trembled. I didn't want to lie, she whispered. I know. She said you'd take me away if I didn't. I never wanted to take you. I wanted to protect you. She sat next to me. Didn't say much after that. But she stayed. The revenge wasn't the recording. It wasn't the public unraveling of her mother's web of lies. The real revenge was truth. Measured, patient, cold as the silence that followed it. She tried to turn my daughter into a weapon. I turned that weapon into a mirror. Made them see exactly what they'd become. I didn't win back everything. But I won the only thing that mattered. And I never raised my voice. Not once.